Hey, it's Honda Skater 45 here, and I'm going to show you how to put Traxxas hard anodized aluminum shocks on your Mini Revo. Now, the only thing you're going to need, well, actually there's two things. You're going to need your hard aluminum shocks, and then you're going to need your hex head. Now, I don't know what size that is, but okay. Alright, now the first thing you're going to want to do is, well, take your shocks off. So the first thing we're going to do is take these bolts out from the rocker arms and the shock mounts.
Whenever I'm done taking this bolt out, the shock mount should just pop off. Just like that.
There's a shock mount. Now we're going to take them out of the rocker arms. And there's the shocks right there. Oh, and one more thing, you're probably going to want a rag on handy, because I found whenever I took my back shocks off, there was a lot of dirt under there. And there's a lot of dirt under here too, so you're going to want, you could use your finger I guess, but if I had a rag, I'd use a rag. Now the fun part, we get to open up a brand new pack of Traxxas GTR shocks. I guess instructions. Don't really need them, but got your oil, and you have 4 shocks, 2 front, 2 rear, and then in the back here was a little nozzle. Alright, so with these aluminum shocks, they do not come with shock oil in them. So what they tell you to do is extend it all the way, fill it all the way up to the top, and move it around a little bit so all the air bubbles pop out. And then what they tell you to do is let them sit for a couple minutes with the cap off to let the remaining air drops come out. And as you can see over here, I've already done the rear, and they're sitting there. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the top off the spring. Hopefully the O-ring will stay in there, which it did. And you're just going to leave that over there. Take the oil and put it in until it gets to the top. Then you're just going to gently move it up and down and let all the bubbles get to the top. Then you're just going to sit it over here for a couple of minutes. And that's about it. I'll just do the other one, and then we'll get to putting them back on. Alright, so the shocks have been sitting here for at least a good 5 minutes, if not 6 or 7. So they should be good. What we're going to do with all of them is take the caps that were on them, just put them back on. Be careful not to cross thread them. Then after we're done putting all 4 of them back on, we'll put the springs on. And alright, so now what we have to do is take the springs from the old shocks and put them on the new shocks. So, well, what I would suggest doing is taking your hex, pulling the spring down, and just popping it off. If you could Just like that. Well, I guess you could do it with your fingers. Last time when I did it, I use the hex head. So you're going to do that to all 4 of these. Lay them aside. Take the ones off these. Take the shock. Put it on. Then put this on. To all 4 of them. There's the complete shock. Then all we have to do is, this is the plastic. Then all we have to do is install them back the way they were. These are the front. Alright, now what we're going to do is put these shocks back on the car. Now I've already done the back just to save us a little bit of time because this video is getting sort of long. So there. What you're first going to do is you're going to position both shocks at the same time where you want them inside of here, and then you're gonna grab the bolts, put them in one at a time, just barely get them started. I'm just gonna leave that one out there. Get this one in there. Get it started. Just get them started in there. Then you can tighten them up after we get the screws on the rocker arms. But that won't be for a while with the time I'm doing. Alright, so about after 10 minutes of fooling around, I finally got that shock back in there. So now what you're going to want to do is tighten up all the bolts, tune the shock mount, 2 for the rocker arm. Get them pretty snug but not too tight that you're going to strip the threads. And then that should be it. I might have screwed up on something, I don't know. But just go around, make sure all your bolts are tight. Good, good. And check these two. And that's it. That is your Mini E-Revo with the Traxxas, wow, Traxxas aluminum GTR shocks on it. Wish I could have got blue ones, but I accidentally ordered the wrong part and they came just aluminum, like black aluminum. It sucked.